Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on this channel, please make sure to subscribe. The Occupation. The Occupation is a single-player video game, developed by White Paper Games, and released on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Windows, on the 5th of March 2019. The game takes place in a single government building, in real time over 4 hours. For most of the game, you play as an investigative journalist, who is reporting on a terrorist attack, at the stately campus of a prominent IT company. An immigrant employee of the company has been arrested in connection with the alleged bombing, but you've received a tip-off that it is not as simple as it looks. It's essentially a detective story, in which you investigate scenes, gather clues, compile evidence, and interrogate eyewitnesses. You have arranged interviews with 3 key players at the company, and in between your appointments, you are able to explore the offices. The deal of this game is that you're on a time limit during each of the 3 main investigative periods. When that time is up, and it varies between 30 and 60 minutes of real time, your interview starts regardless of how much incriminating information you've managed to obtain, and your line of questioning is limited to what you can actually prove. You play as Harvey Miller, a journalist. When Harvey arrives at the government building, in which the attack took place, he has roughly 4 hours to question any witnesses, or individuals working in the building that night. The game progresses in real time, regardless of what you choose to do, or objectives you complete, so it's up to the player to determine how they want to spend their hours. Sneaking around is your best bet to avoid attracting unwanted attention, particularly from Steve, the company's security guy, who wanders the complex, and will usher you out of anywhere you shouldn't be. Sometimes he'll spot you from a distance, and come to investigate, giving you time to leave the area, or find somewhere to hide while he searches. However, it's highly unlikely that anyone could collect every important clue on their first attempt, meaning your mandatory interviews with the key players will feel frustrating, and almost painfully ineffective. There are no do-overs without actually starting a new game. The game autosaves only at the beginning of the investigation period, and you cannot create a manual save. It's frustrating when you run out of time, and realize you didn't collect all the clues. Complicating matters further, if any staff find you in a restricted area, rifling through their filing cabinets, or sneaking through vents, then the security guard will ask you to leave the area. Although he is harmless, he will take your considerable amount of time. Navigating the office space is, in itself, a challenge. These buildings are a maze of corridors, security checks, staff-only areas, ventilation shafts, crawl spaces, and temporary construction sites. But the environments have a real tactile feel, that makes you want to keep exploring them. Since the entirety of the occupation takes place in a single building, you encounter the same 2 security guards in every chapter, Steve and Dan. By the end of 2 hours of my gameplay, they've already become my good acquaintance. What makes the Occupation unique game is that most of its levels are set against a real-time clock. How you spend the allocated time is entirely up to you. You can make every minute count, rifling through filing cabinets for phone records, pulling passwords from letters or notes in order to access personal emails, tripping fuse boxes to knock out alarms, and chasing down each and every lead to ensure you're armed with enough intel to confidently interrogate your interview subject at the chapter's end. It's also a curious design choice that, aside from documents and tokens for the payphone, you can carry only 1 item at a time, despite the fact that Miller is perpetually lugging around a briefcase. There were numerous occasions when I'd snuck past the security guard, disabled the alarm to a certain office, and gone to insert a floppy disk into a computer to back up some sensitive documents, only to find that I had automatically dropped the disk at my feet several rooms back, without realizing when I had picked up an innocuous company memo. Again, precious minutes wasted for no good reason. One thing I want to make it clear to you that this game is all about investigation, and I'm not Sherlock Holmes, and neither I've the abilities like photographic memory. You will see your notes a lot for clues, appointments, computer codes, door codes, printing and scanning pages, the routine of the janitor and the phone calls for tips, and I hated to break it to you that it was annoying and time-consuming. Timing is the essence of this game, and it's perfectly planned, so you've to do exactly when the moment comes, or else get caught. One other thing I didn't like about this game, and that is reading. I had to read literally everything, that includes but not limited to letters, dustbin scraps, my notes, clues and prints, codes and messages, and that too again and again. It's not a perfect game, but I enjoyed a lot while playing, and going through the cabinets and sneaking through the building, and breaking the laws of privacy, breaking the safes and traveling through vents. The game's little bit tricky, and definitely takes your lot of time wandering around here and there, but in the end it's worth playing. You can buy this game for $30 on Steam, which is definitely not a reasonable price considering the game is worth only 4 hours. But if you are into investigation games, and like reading and solving crimes, then definitely this is the game for you. So that concludes my review here. Thank you for watching, and if you are new on this channel, please make sure to subscribe, like and comment. Keep visiting my channel for more reviews and updates.